our womb is where the goddess resides. Because she has still now lived in a very patriarchal structure where the feminine energy was not only suppressed within her, it was suppressed in every other person around her. Not able to conceive normally, naturally these days, because they are so full of distorted masculine energy. Because women have been overgivers, people pleasers. We've been conditioned to become the good girl, then the good wife, then the good mother.
This is also called good girl syndrome.
It is.
Hello everyone, welcome to my show Rewire with Dr. Tamanna. Today we have with us Priyamvada Singh. She's a spiritual therapist and a healer. She also does womb work, womb blessings for all those women who are struggling with fertility issues, for all those couples who are struggling with relationship issues. She can be really a great guide for all of us. So let's tune in into this episode and इनसे कुछ नया सीखते हैं. So, hi Priyamvada, welcome to my show Rewire with Dr. Tamanna. So, thank you for coming here. It's my pleasure to have you here. And thank you for diving into your beautiful work. And thank you for introducing your beautiful work to our audience. So, let's start.
Yes. Thank you so much, Tamanna, for inviting me. I'm so honored to be present here. And before we start, let us invoke the presence of Divine Mother Goddess, because our session is going to be about women and womb healing. So let us start by invoking her presence. We can just close our eyes. And we request the gracious presence of Divine Mother Goddess to guide us through this session so that the wisdom that is necessary to flow to the audience may come up, may be channeled during the session. I invite Mother Goddess Durga and Goddess Isis to guide me to bring forth the right wisdom. Sarva Mangalya Mangalya Shive Sarvartha Sadike Hiranye Triambake Gauri Narayani Namostute. Namostute. So we can start up, and what would you like to know?
Okay, so let's start. So, first tell us about your work. What all do you do? I know you do womb healing, womb blessing, and you do a lot of beautiful work with women. So, audience को आप थोड़ा explain करें कि आप क्या करते हैं womb healing और womb blessing में?
Yes, so Tamanna, I majorly work with women, and it's been almost a decade that I've been into this particular stream where I am working with them about their traumas that they are processing and the spiritual guidance that they are seeking, and navigating difficult relationships and abusive relationships. And I've been assisting them through tarot, oracle, and healing processes like Akashic readings and healing and womb healing, which has really picked up nowadays because the divine feminine is really rising in all of us.
Okay.
And when this energy activates in our womb, it guides us towards our purpose. So we start shedding whatever is not ours. So women start getting, really panicky. What is happening? What is changing within me so suddenly that my entire life is crumbling down? So we try to tell them that their womb is getting activated. They need to cleanse it because our womb space is the chakra where we store all our ancient trauma, all the shaming, hurt, pain, whatever a woman has experienced through the lifetimes. And it all gets stored in our womb, and it blocks us from manifesting the love and abundance that we deserve. This is what we do in womb healing. We bring them back to the remembrance of who you are and what you're supposed to do in this lifetime. So, yes, women who are on their spiritual path, they come to us and we do the womb healing sessions one-on-one, and I also do sister circles, you know that. And there we do it in a collective way, and it is even more empowering. And in one-on-one sessions, which is equally good, we do the womb blessing ceremony. So whatever the woman wants to activate in her life, whether she wants to conceive a divine child, whether she wants to birth a divine project, whether she wants to heal her relationships, whether she wants to work on a purpose, she can come, she can surrender to the goddess, and she can just ask for the blessing. So this is a very ancient ritual. And it is passed from a sister to a sister, and she can go on and pass it on to another sister. This is the beauty of it. I'm not keeping anything to me. I'm passing it on to my sisters, healing the sister wound that is existing a lot in our society, breaking down the patriarchy. A lot of things flow, Tamanna. This is all very spiritually guided. And so every session is very different. Our womb is where the goddess resides. So you can understand that how deeply we can honor her, not only the woman, but the people in our life also. So we guide her about that.
So, how can womb healing or womb blessing affect fertility of a woman?
Womb healing or blessings, they will never negatively impact you. Okay? They come to you when you are ready. When you are in that consciousness to accept, surrender your ego, and move on, that now I surrender myself to the goddess, and now I want her to guide me on what lies next in my life. Because, when the awakening happens in a woman, she is not all very happy and in a la-la land. Okay, she can really crumble down. Because she has still now lived in a very patriarchal structure where the feminine energy was not only suppressed within her, it was suppressed in every other person around her.
Yeah.
And what I'm talking about is the divine feminine energy. Okay, the distorted feminine energy is present everywhere. The victimization, shaming, jealousy, women not trusting women at their homes and at their workspaces, everywhere.
So can you explain what are feminine energies and what are masculine energies?
Yes, absolutely. Yeah. See, these are the primordial energies. Okay. You know about the Shiv Tattva and the Shakti Tattva. Okay, so the entire universe, this creation, is made up of these two energies. And when they come together, the third tattva, which is the beautiful creation of a sacred union. The sacred union is actually the third tattva that comes out of Shiv Tattva and the Shakti Tattva. So Shiv is the masculine, the divine masculine, and Shakti is the divine feminine. Okay, and so the Shiv Tattva, when you're aligned to your divine masculine energy, you're very centered, very structured. You can experience stillness within you. You know which direction to take in life. And Shakti is the energy. Okay, she is the creative force of the entire universe is made up of her. But still she cannot create without Shiv because he is the one who gives her the structure. So now what's happening is everyone is awakening to the fact that first I need to create that inner union of Shiv and Shakti within me.
Okay.
Then I can manifest the divinity outside of me.
Okay.
And if you see couples, like the couples who are doing really good.
Yeah.
Okay. And I'm not talking about their presence on social media.
Yeah.
I'm talking about how very balanced they are with each other.
Yeah.
Okay. So there, the masculine, the embodiment now I'm talking about, the man is very structured. He's composed. He is the protector. He's the provider. And the feminine energy is very nurturing. She receives that direction from him and she channelizes it into her home space, into her work. And so beautiful divine projects can be created and, divine children can birth through these couples who are so focused on their inner work. Yeah. So coming to the question, what are these feminine and masculine energies? Normal life mein, when we are here, you came here, your masculine energy got you here. What you've presented, what you're presenting, the creativity behind this is feminine.
Oh.
So this is a divine balance. Okay?
Yeah.
Now, if you start feeling that, I think I have to, you start cribbing that I need to do a lot of work behind this and all, the feminine gets victimized. Okay. And then when you cancel it last moment saying, no, I don't think so, I can do it, the masculine goes away.
Okay.
Okay. So a very divine balance between both the energies brings forth, divine projects like these.
So to fulfill any project, we need the balance of both the
Yes.
energies, divine. So
Masculine and feminine.
Yeah.
You need the balance, but it doesn't have to be a perfect balance. It is a free flow. You've seen the yin yang.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you see the portraits of Shiv Shakti.
Yeah.
It's not like, one is into the other. They are free flowing.
Okay.
The balance is the free flow.
So at
It
one
is-
point,
yeah.
feminine can overpower. At one point, masculine can overpower.
Anyways,
Okay.
like for example, when you need to sleep, you need to rest. You don't need to have masculine there.
Yeah.
The
Okay,
structure,
masculine is action oriented.
action, the activity, it's the structure for that activity. The activity the feminine is doing. Okay. But the divine feminine energy is also about equally the receptive, emotional, sensitive, and intuitive energy. Whereas the masculine energy is that of reasoning, the mind. Okay. So you need a balance of both these energies.
And the stillness within us, which
That
always
is the
resides-
Shiv Tattva.
Yeah.
That is the Shiv.
Masculine energy.
And so, when you have that stillness within you, then only you can understand where can I channelize my creativity. If you are full of creativity, you've made, hundreds of ideas on what content to make, but you're masculine missing in life, you can't do it.
The action is missing.
Yes, you need his support, you need his structure to
Yeah.
activate that essence.
So for someone who has a lot of ideas but they're not able to implement that,
Yes.
masculine
They
is
have to
missing.
work on their masculine.
Oh.
And this wounding may be coming from their childhood. We can really talk about these aspects, how people develop the masculine wounding, the feminine wounding. Women carry both of them in their womb. We are, because I deal with a lot of women, so I know, how they are going through all the imbalances because they picked up father wounding. Okay. So now they don't trust men. Father wounding can be anything, like while they were growing up, there was an emotionally absent father, or he wasn't not there. Totally he wasn't present there, or he was too controlling, or he was too manipulative. Then the woman is, when she grows up, she is going to develop ideas that people cannot be trusted, men cannot be
Yeah.
trusted.
Yeah.
So she will attract those men to resolve that. So this is the spirituality behind it.
Yeah.
Like psychologically, we know we are attracting the people who we want to avoid. But our soul wants to resolve the karma,
Yeah.
the learning.
Yeah.
So we attract those people
Yeah.
and we heal that wound. No, I can trust. So yes.
Yeah. So we attract such partners to heal that wound so that
Yes.
we know. Actually, the universe is showing us where the wound lies.
Absolutely, where the wound lies also, and because we are in that frequency. Once you've healed that wound, you will not attract. But then cycles, the lessons are very cyclic, they are repetitive. Till you don't master it completely, you keep attracting it. And so a lot of people get frustrated also.
Yeah.
That, I always attract people who are so toxic and so controlling.
Yeah.
That is because your soul has chosen that particular lesson to be mastered.
Oh.
Yes. And it is nothing to do with failure or, leading a very, a very indecisive life
Yeah.
or, not taking the right decisions. You are definitely learning to, heal your masculine here. But yes, because your soul has chosen them, because your soul has those soul contracts, they will come. And the beauty is, Tamanna, when you heal and you have a soul contract with another soul to come into your life, you will stop it there. And then you will know how much empowerment has come into me.
Okay.
You will not repeat it then.
Yeah. So
Or
we'll
maybe
come-
halfway you will learn
Yeah.
and you will stop it then and there.
Yeah. So we'll come to soul contracts
Yes.
and everything. But we were talking about womb blessing.
Yeah.
And we were talking about the fertility. Actually, there are a lot of fertility issues that
Yeah.
women are facing these days. So for those women who are struggling with fertility, how can womb blessing or womb healing help them?
Now it works two ways, Tamanna. One is the faith that the blessing is coming to you. Okay, because this is a very faith-oriented spiritual practice, the womb blessing. Because in this we channelize the goddess energy and we pass on the blessing to you. So if you're destined to receive it, you will align with some healer and you will receive it.
Okay.
And this blessing has the power to karmically cleanse the blockage, okay, or push you towards that learning where you understand why it is coming up. Because what we do is when we get into the session, we are passing on the blessing. And I'm sure, every healer has a different way. But in my healing sessions, I connect to their past lives, their Akashic records, and whatever has to come to them at the moment. And those visions that I see, I tell them what's happening, what is blocking them, and I send healing to it. So I channel Reiki, I channel Goddess Reiki, and all the blessings that are coming through the goddess that is present for them in the session. So this is the faith-oriented ritual part. The other is that because I'm a therapist as well, I go into the depths of their mind also, their karmic journey. What have they picked up from the childhood, what is coming from past life, and how they need to navigate it at the moment, how they have to process it, what they need to put a stop to, and what they need to rewire in their mind.
Oh.
So everything
Beautiful.
gets clubbed.
Beautiful. So, in a womb blessing practice or ritual or therapy, we can say, a woman who is not able to conceive, does she get to know that it is not meant for her, or she realizes that there is some other purpose for her, or she receives the blessing of fertility? Like either of this can happen, or how it works.
Yes, I'll just share this with you. So yes, these are different scenarios.
Yeah.
Now, when it comes to fertility, why women are not able to conceive normally, naturally these days, because they are so full of distorted masculine energy.
Yeah.
And that is because they are educated now, they have broken down the patriarchal chains, and somewhere they've got rebellious.
Yeah.
Okay? They've got rebellious because now this is again, picked up from the experiences they had. So in our sessions, we will slow them down. When they come into the embrace of Mother, Goddess, they actually surrender. So this really helps them.
So coming back to the question, जैसे किसी ने womb blessing करवाया, तो क्या उनको ऐसे पता चल सकता है कि this journey is not meant for them? Like unfortunately,
Yes.
क्या ऐसा भी आकाशिक रिकॉर्ड से आंसर आ सकता है कि this someone who is really struggling to conceive and then she comes for womb healing और उनको पता लगा that this journey is not for them?
Yeah. एब्सोल्युटली तमन्ना, हमें वूम हीलिंग, आकाशिक रिकॉर्ड्स वो बिल्कुल ऑनेस्ट आंसर्स ही देते हैं. ये आपको घुमाते फिराते नहीं है कहीं पे, ओके? बट दे ऑल्सो मेक यू रिमेंबर why really you've come. Why have you taken birth? And, all the past lives also that are connected to your present moment and your future potential and possibilities, वो भी आपके सामने आती हैं. तो लोगों को एक acceptance आता है. Because when we are doing womb healing, Akashic reading, we are in that quantum field of consciousness जो उनको उनकी truth से align कर देता है. So they know कि अगर, if the child is to come, they open their womb and heart to receive that divine blessing.
Yeah.
If they have not signed up for a soul contract with a child, they will be told in a way where they find some peace in the situation.
Okay.
Okay? So they remember their life path that they've chosen, the blueprint that they signed up for. तो वो उनके लिए easy हो जाता है.
ठीक है. और जिसके लिए मदरहुड है, does womb blessing bless them with fertility and then evolve them into their motherhood journey?
बिल्कुल यही इसका पर्पस है. और इसीलिए आप उस सेशन से अलाइन हुए हो. That's the reason that you've reached the healer when you're ready to receive it. And if there is some residual energy or some karma or some learning that you have to incorporate, so it comes to you in the session.
Acha.
You can work on it. You can surrender to goddess for that, and life flow hoti hai. There are so many instances, Tamanna, where people have been trying to conceive since years, and now they've come into that distorted masculine and feminine energy where the woman is tired and the men has also given up. Okay,
Yeah.
they're just fine with their life, and they have started victimizing, thinking that this is not meant for us, whereas the entire journey was really guiding them to slow down, relax, make real love to each other, not the machine based things that are now taking over.
Yeah.
So yes, they get blessed with that blessing, and they are also guided what they can do to, receive it.
Yeah. Okay. So, can a woman who goes through a medical assisted journey like IVF can still feel spiritually aligned and feminine in her journey?
See, it is very unfortunate to go through these processes because they are very painful.
Yeah.
Okay, and no woman wants to subject herself to all these things, but because she is failing to honor her own emotions, her body, and connection to the womb, and she's so driven by the distorted energies that she lands up into these situations. But still, if she feels that now she is here, she must accept it, and she can also make it a ritual rather than a painful journey for herself. Okay, we are fortunate in sense that when we are not physically fine to conceive naturally, then thankfully we have the technologies.
Yeah.
Okay, but they are also not 100% useful.
Yeah.
Okay, so that fear is always there. So we need to surrender. We should not project our body into a space where it goes through endless pain. We need to take that discretion and strong decision to stop it when it's too painful for us. How to make it a ritual? We can make every act of our life a ritual.
Yeah.
Like, for example, if you are going for that appointment, for that medical appointment where you will be examined, where you will be injected, and, like outside energies entering your body, which is very painful for her. So in that moment, you can surrender to goddess and you can start chanting. Okay? You can hold your womb. You can connect to your mother. You can visualize that, the pain that your mother went through is now passing down to you, and you're healing that. You're saying no to pain now, and you're calling in the divine healing energies of Mother Goddess to assist you at the moment.
Okay.
Then once you undergo the medical procedure, the second fear comes at whether it will be successful or not. So many women come to me who have taken the process and then they say just heal it and bless it. So, we do it. Whatever, they've come to me is because they are shown the path to be here. And, so I just try to connect them to their heart and, allow them to relax.
Yeah.
To come into the peace with whatever comes for them as the next step. So that way you can really make this process also easy for yourself. And yes, they, sometimes it works for them, sometimes it doesn't. There are so many clients who've gone through painful procedures and they've given up, and then they came for the healing and they conceived naturally.
Oh.
And there are so many of them where we are able to sense who is coming forth, what is the soul contract. And so it's a beautiful
Wonderful.
way to connect to your spirit baby.
It's wonderful.
Yeah.
Also, a child conceived through IVF chooses their parents spiritually?
Yes. See, the thing is that any soul who is coming to this physical realm, they choose us. Okay, and whether they are being conceived naturally or through IVF, whether they are having a normal birth
delivery.
or
Yeah.
through machine based or C sections, whatever, but every way the soul is choosing the mother. This process is karmically aligned for the mother.
Yeah.
It is not about the
child.
child. This is her journey.
But when a mother goes through pain
Yeah.
to deliver that child, isn't it the child also experiences the pain with the mother?
The child experiences the pain. The entire the entire birthing process is actually guided by the child.
Okay.
It is it's through the child, the hormones that are released into the womb, which give a signal to the womb that now the time has come. So the child is pushing out into the world. So you can feel that the child is, it's not that the child is not feeling the pain. When the butterfly is coming out of the cocoon, it is feeling the pain.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't know the world outside. So there is so much of uncertainty and lack of clarity as to what is there. So that's why the child starts crying.
Infamiliarity.
Yes.
Yeah.
The child doesn't know, the baby doesn't know where it is going to land up.
Yeah.
Okay, our physical embodiment. So it goes through pain, definitely, and the mother has to go through the biggest physical pain that we know about, but it changes her forever. She is capable of that.
Yeah. So the people who go through IVF or the surgical procedures, are they disconnected from their womb?
See, the thing is, they're not disconnected, like in a sense, they know that, they are trying to conceive, they are trying to birth, but they are not connected to the awareness of how spiritually strong they are.
Okay.
And what is the power of their womb, and how they can balance the feminine energy within them, embrace it, and make this entire process a ritual. If they do so, if women start aligning to their cycles in a spiritual way, if they know that they can do certain yoga practices, follow Ayurveda and somatic movement, and connect to the nature, all these practices are helping them connect to their womb. So when they are connected to their womb spiritually, then the journey becomes very easy. They will know whether the child has to come or not, and they will know when the child has to come.
Also, the societal pressure of becoming a mother at a certain age pushes the women to go through these procedures, I would say, because she feels that mental pressure of being a mother at a certain age. She feels incomplete as a woman before having a baby. So what would you say to those women?
Tamanna, the entire paradigm of patriarchy, and by patriarchy, I don't mean men.
Okay.
Patriarchy is that imbalance of these feminine and masculine energies. In fact, the suppression of their divinity. And these structures which suppressed women majorly, which gave
For decades,
rise
they have
to
been
the
suppressed.
feminism. This rebellious energy has turned off the wombs of women. And womb is not just a place to give birth, and neither it is a space to store fear and pain. It is a space to create. It is like a holy temple for Mother Goddess. And what women do is they, because of the stress and insecurities, they just allow any energy to enter into that womb. Now she is already carrying the traumas of her ancestral lineage. Then as growing up, because she was unaware, there are a lot of energies that start impacting her. Not just, the physical part. It's not just about if she's having intercourse with a man who is of low consciousness. The woman carries a mandala in her womb. And that mandala allows people to come and share their emotions. She stores everyone's emotion in her womb.
What about the women who have been raped or physically
So
assaulted?
they store that energy. And you can imagine how traumatic that energy is. It is an energy of a major trauma, of pain, and it carries the energy of that man or, any person who forced her into that act.
Karmically, what happens to the woman who gets raped or physically assaulted? Like, what could be the karmic connection to that man who comes in assault that woman? Who comes and rape that woman?
There are various aspects to it. There are a lot of past life issues that could be there, or she incarnated as a strong person to experience this because she has to rise in her power.
Okay.
She has to honor her body,
Oh.
and she has to know that no physical act can destroy her purity.
But that is such a painful
It is
way
indeed.
to.
Any kind of, the rape, not just the physical rape of a woman, but the way women are abused
Yeah.
in their own homes, where they are manipulated or they are not given the love and care that they deserve. So that is also not right. And there is a lot of karma that is created in the process. For her, if she is listening to this, her journey is about coming into her power. Okay, understanding how much can she give, if she is getting something in return for it, and when is the time to leave, when is the time to stand up for
Very
her own beliefs. So that is very important.
Right. And women have been suppressed for so long.
Yeah,
They are subjected to the oppression of decades.
yeah.
So patriarchy have really objectified the women. So how do women come to their true power?
See, now the women are rising
Yeah.
because the Shakti is rising. The pure, the divine feminine energy, she is rising. And, but the woman has to be awakened to understand this concept. When she only sees from a very limited perspective that, yes, the Shakti is rising and I'm going to destroy everything, that will not lead her anywhere. She'll feel a burnt out after some time. But when she is awakening, she is in awareness. She is trying to work on aligning the masculine, feminine within her. She is understanding how to set the boundaries, healthy, loving boundaries, and to also open her heart to receive. Because women have been overgivers, people pleasers. We've been conditioned to become the good girl, then the good wife, then the good mother.
There's also called good girl syndrome.
It is there, and it is very important for us to understand that everything the soul is choosing spiritually, it's in soul contracts. So no one is really doing anything wrong with you. You've chosen those scenarios. When this awareness comes, you get detached from the situation, and you know that even the people who are abusing you, they are also from your soul group. So you can chill with them. And if they are too toxic, they are not ready to, sit down, make peace or talk to you, there is silent treatment, then you have to move out of that space, because you cannot heal in the environment which destroyed you. So women have to take those steps. You have to be bold.
Maybe the journey is about rising yourself, taking
Yes.
yourself out
Yeah.
from that.
So you will, in a way, when you come in your command, you will heal the inner masculine, that you can take care of yourself, you can provide yourself the structure, and you can nurture also. You're nurturing yourself, you are also giving yourself the structure. When you do that, either the entire situation will heal up, and she can really make peace with her family. But if it is not meant for her, if her frequency is rising and the people, from her past or in her life, they just fall off in the frequency, then the imbalance will be there. She won't be able to stay there.
Yeah.
So what she has to do is just to focus on her own healing.
We tend to focus on other things. अच्छा इसने ऐसा नहीं किया, इसने ऐसा नहीं किया, इसको ऐसा करना चाहिए था. But when we focus on our own journey, things really fall into place.
Absolutely, and the entire journey is all about us.
Yeah.
This is what womb empowerment is. That, dear goddess, come home to yourself, realize who you really are, what your powers are, what your soul gifts are, activate them, share it with the world. Your frequency will rise like anything, and you will not feel offended by people. So, for a divine woman, victimization cannot exist in our energy.
Okay.
Okay, complaining, you should have done this, you promised me this, and I don't feel safe. You have to come out of this narrative. You have to create a life that you deserve. When you do that, the universe will align you with people or companions who value that. So those strong boundaries are not to be communicated, they have to be in your aura.
Okay.
You don't have to tell people that, if you want to be in my vicinity, in my home, or make family with me, these are the rules. The rules are self-explanatory because you're the queen,
Yeah.
right? You're the queen because you honor the goddess within you. You have the goddess essence within you, but it is somewhere, lying latent.
Yeah.
You have to activate it through awakening and awareness.
Okay. Yeah. We have to awaken it by knowing that we do have the power.
Yes. And also knowing that we are on a human journey, not allowing that ego to rise up.
Yeah.
Because then again, if ego comes, then you also are not different from the people you're trying to cut off from life.
Yeah.
Because ego is distorted masculinity.
Okay.
It is equal to patriarchy.
Okay.
That's why all the suppression was happening. Now the women, they are rising, but they are also becoming rebellious. So that kind of feminism we don't need, where they are cribbing and where they are teaching lessons to men or women in their life. We don't need that. We want a peaceful woman, an awakened woman who understands her goddess essence, and she's working on herself. As simple as that. I tell you, Tamanna, this is such an energetic and spiritual thing. And if we fail to understand it that way, then again, women will crash down, because it is only up to a limit that you can become a warrior. Then you will exhaust your energy.
Okay.
For some time, yes, you need to set some strong boundaries so that people cannot attack you. If you've been into circumstances and experiences where you went through a lot of abuse, so you have to set boundaries. You have to enter into a zone where they cannot attack you. But after that, you have to surrender. And this is what I keep repeating to all women again and again, that, feminism is about understanding that you are equally enough.
Yeah.
We are not like men.
Yeah.
Like, men have different
Biology.
They have different biology. They are spiritually different from us. They are all about meditation and higher chakras. Women is all about embodiment. The goddess already is within her.
Yeah.
And this is not a thing about ego here, but the goddess already resides in her. And when a man meditates, he can connect to the Shiv Tattva. But he also needs a feminine in the heart so that he feels connected to the world.
Okay.
And it is through the woman, she's the physical embodiment. Through her, life is coming into the world. So she has to be conscious of what energy she allows in her energy field. But there is always a time to start fresh, Tamanna. If you have till now taken up the old mechanisms of distorted energies, you can really come into that awakening and start journaling around these things, that where I was allowing my own mind to control me and where I can really surrender to goddess, and what does she want me to do now.
So when we surrender to the goddess, we're embodying our feminine part.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah. And she is also guiding you how to balance both the energies. This is not about just being the feminine goddess, okay, the feminine warrior. There are so many courses out there. We don't have to become a warrior. We have to just awaken to the beautiful feminine energy that we have, and it is very strong. She's the wisest.
Yeah.
Okay, the feminine energy is wisdom. The masculine energy is intellect.
Oh.
So she knows where she's going,
Yeah.
but she needs the structure from the man.
Yeah. There are a lot of girls who are becoming rebel.
Yeah.
nowadays, I feel somewhere, I also feel ki sometimes, when somebody stops me from doing something, I am becoming a rebel. I am holding a lot of anger कि अब तो मैं ये करूँगी. तो वो एक rebellious energy बहुत ज़्यादा आ रही है women में. So how do we embody ourselves back to our feminine nature and not get aggressive about all that oppression that we have been holding on to?
हमारा जो अभी तक हमने डिस्कस भी किया है तमन्ना, इट वाज ऑल अबाउट यू नीड अ गाइड फॉर दिस. ओके, आप अकेले नहीं कर सकते. इवन मैंने भी काफ़ी मेंटोर्स का हेल्प लिया है बिकॉज माई जर्नी वॉज ऑल्सो वेरी डिफ़िकल्ट. सो एक तो उनको एक मेंटोर की ज़रूरत है इसके लिए टू अंडरस्टैंड अबाउट दिस एंटायर प्रोसेस एंड दे विल गाइड देम कि रिबेल होने से क्या होता है कि हम अगेन वी आर गेटिंग इनटू द सेम बोट दैट वी वांट टू अवॉइड. ओके, वी वांट टू सेल थ्रू अनदर बोट जो हमें पीस की तरफ लेके जाए. ठीक है, इफ़ इफ यू गेट ऑन टू द सेम बोट, आपकी जर्नी वैसी ही रहेगी पूरी लाइफ. So to take the other boat, you have to make some efforts. That's called the inner work that I'm talking about. Womb healing उसका एक part है. When you activate your womb, आपकी soul memories trigger होनी start हो जाएंगी and you will start aligning with the awareness and awakening कि मुझे अपने अंदर क्या cleanse करना है so that I adapt to the feminine energy within me. And daily के जो rituals है वो तो है ही, that you have to slow down, you have to give yourself proper rest, you have to open your heart to receive love and abundance in life. क्योंकि mostly तो women का rebel होने के चक्कर में वही बंद हो गया है. Okay, they've closed their hearts because they've experienced abuse in life. Through childhood अगर उनके parents ऐसे थे, narcissistic थे या बहुत critical थे, तो वो life में ऐसे ही बन जाते हैं आगे चल के. And they judge everyone.
Yeah.
So they will not allow people to come into their life.
Yeah.
So they have to work on their heart space along with their womb. That will really open up that portal to receive support in life. And they have to relax into the feminine energy in order to experience a divine path ahead.
What are the simple rituals in everyday life that we can do to connect to our womb?
As simple as, doing the womb meditation by placing your palms first on your heart. So our heart is the, it's the center of warmth. Okay.
Warmth.
So you place your hands on your heart and you activate your heart space. Once your palms are, warm, then you place them on your womb,
Okay.
which is the cold center. There is this, the uterus is a void. Okay. It doesn't have anything within.
Okay, yes.
Because it's the center to create. All possibilities lie there. Okay, so you have to send that warmth there. So if you cannot send love to your womb, then how can you expect others to do that?
Okay, so every day we can do it. Like
Yes.
we can take warmth
First
from
activate your heart, send warmth to your palms, and then send that warmth to your womb and say your affirmations that I invite Goddess to activate my womb space, to reside into it, to guide me, to give me the wisdom and the proper inner guidance so that I can choose the right things in my life, not aligned with ego, but aligned with my heart. When you say all these things, you activate that energy. And you activate the quantum field and there are so many possibilities there. So you see those possibilities that you want to activate in your life and you will see that shift in your life.
Okay. How can a pregnant woman access this womb energy? How can a pregnant woman do some rituals so that she can deliver safely?
Every day connecting to her womb and connecting to the baby and getting the guidance and connecting to the goddess through your meditation to understand how am I guided to nurture this child. What learning is coming to me because you are highly intuitive during your pregnancy.
Also there's a lot of noise outside.
Yes.
ऐसे करो, ऐसे करो, वैसे करो.
वो तो आप लर्न करोगे अवॉइड करना.
Yeah.
वो तो लर्न करोगी, उसका तो कोई एंड ही नहीं है. वो तो आना ही है, वो इसीलिए आ रहा है सो दैट यू अंडरस्टैंड दैट यू हैव टू लिसन टू योर बॉडी, नॉट दिस आउटसाइड नॉइज. तो उसको डिस्कनेक्ट करना होगा. वो उसके लिए इम्पॉर्टेंट है बाउंड्रीज लर्न करना लाइफ में. एंड वही मैं जो आपको पहले कह रही थी दैट यू हैव टू अंडरस्टैंड कि वो आपकी ऑरा में होनी चाहिए. अगर आपको डेली चीख चीख कर लोगों को बताना पड़ रहा है दैट डोंट डू दिस टू मी, डोंट डू दिस टू मी, हाउ कैन यू नॉट अंडरस्टैंड मी, आई एम इन अ वेरी सेंसिटिव जोन राइट नाउ, फिर तो आपका डिप्लीशन हो गया एनर्जी का. सो यू हैव टू चूज योर पीपल वेरी केयरफुली. एंड प्रेगनेंसी से लेके पोस्टपार्टम, और पोस्टपार्टम का तो कोई टाइम लिमिट भी नहीं है. ओके. एंड इसमें अगर कुछ ऐसा ट्रिगरिंग हो जाता है during your pregnancy and postpartum, you will not forget it lifetime, but you are guided to forget it by healing yourself, because you do not want to carry that trauma. It will be passed on to your child unnecessarily. As an awakened woman, you don't want to do that.
Yeah.
Okay. So you don't want even the family karma to be passed on to your children. You have to be conscious right now. Try to work on yourself and see how you're communicating to your child, how you're communicating to the womb. Relax, retreat, make it a relaxation phase. Work. It's for women the most sad thing to a woman is that I work till the 9th month.
Yeah.
That's a very distorted masculine energy. You don't have to.
Okay.
In ancient times, women used to enter into caves and they were worshipped and they underwent rituals when they were pregnant.
There are other rituals as well, like dancing, connecting to
they all
yourself.
Yes, they all connect you to our feminine
Yoga.
energy. Yin yoga, restorative yoga, deep relaxation postures. Why? Because they bring you rest. When you rest, then you can receive. When you are burnt out, you are already in distorted masculine energy. You will not want to receive because you feel हाइपर इंडिपेंडेंस आ जाता है. सब मैं कर लूंगी. पिछली बार उसको बोला था करने के लिए, एक्सपेक्ट किया था, तो हुआ नहीं था. सो अब नहीं है एक्सपेक्टेशन. हर्ट तो वूम्ब में ही स्टोर हो गई. फ्रॉम दैट स्पेस आप ऐसे ही लोगों को अट्रैक्ट करोगे लाइफ में जो हर्ट लेकर आएंगे. फिर आप बिल्कुल ब्लॉक कर दोगे. फिर वूम्ब भी ब्लॉक्ड है, हार्ट भी ब्लॉक्ड है. एंड व्हेन योर चक्रास आर ब्लॉक्ड, यू विल नॉट मैनिफेस्ट गुडनेस इन लाइफ. You have to connect to goddess, you have to connect to divine, you have to create a balance.
Yeah, that is very important. Right. So through these rituals, we can connect to ourselves. And in everyday practice, we can keep connecting to ourselves. It does not feel like
embody
an effort.
it.
Yeah,
you
we
embody it. That's what I'm saying. आपकी aura में होना चाहिए. Your aura should speak about you, not you telling people how you want to be treated.
So initially it will take an effort.
Yes.
But then gradually it will become
जर्नी है. तमन्ना स्टार्टिंग में हर तरीके के इमोशंस आएंगे. आपको किसी के लिए बाउंड्री रखने में भी लगेगा व्हाट हैव आई बिकम. बिकॉज आप तो पीपल प्लीजिंग में लगे थे. आपको तो लग रहा था कि जब आप लोगों को इतना प्रूव करोगे तब लोग समझेंगे कि वाओ तमन्ना इज सो गुड. मगर अब तमन्ना ने बाउंड्रीज डाल दी. शी इज बिकम अ बैड पर्सन नाउ.
Yeah.
So you have to become a bad person for some time. आपको कट ऑफ करना पड़ता है. एंड काफ़ी लोगों से करना पड़ता है तमन्ना, बिकॉज आपको कुछ टाइम के लिए अपनी एनर्जीज को थोड़ा प्रोटेक्ट करना पड़ता है सो दैट यू रीअलाइन.
I totally agree.
Yeah.
I totally agree that, you to understand yourself, sometimes you have to put the curtains on.
Yes. फिर धीरे धीरे जब आपके अंदर की शक्ति राइज करने लगती है, देन आप वापस से आप नॉर्मल एज अ पर्सन भी नॉर्मल हो जाते हो. एंड आप स्पिरिचुअली भी इतने स्ट्रांग हो जाते हो दैट नाउ पीपल अंडरस्टैंड वेयर दे हैव टू मीट यू.
Yeah. And their energies don't affect you then.
हाँ, दे डोंट इफेक्ट बिकॉज आपका कॉन्शियसनेस राइज हो गया ना.
Yes.
सो दे यू डोंट गेट हर्ट बाय व्हाट दे आर डूइंग और सेइंग. आप अलग ही जोन में हो. आपका रियलिटी शिफ्ट हो गया है. क्वांटम लीप ले लिया है. आप दूसरी चीजें कर रहे हो लाइफ में. यू डोंट रिलेट टू इट.
So yeah. So what message you would give to those women who feel their womb has failed her because she's not able to conceive? As women, we attach our sense of worth to the womb. We attach our sense of worth to our ability to conceive.
Yes, so because women have for long and long years they've been just considered a baby birthing machine.
Yeah.
But that's why what's happening is because she's not doing it now, she's understanding her value, so it's really triggering the people. And she's been called names for her act of rebellion here, but this is not rebellion. Rebellion is when you get distorted in your behavior and you're not even valuing your own peace. That is not right. Your constant victimization चल रहा है, anger चल रहा है, 10 लोगों को आप बता रहे हो ये हो गया लाइफ में, वो खराब हो गया. That you don't have to do, but you have to be rebellious enough to break that chain there. जो आपकी mothers, उनकी mothers सब में आ रहा है, हाँ तो बेटा निभाना तो पड़ता ही है.
Yeah.
हाँ तो बेटा इतना तो कुछ बड़ा नहीं हुआ, ठीक है,
करना
बस
तो
इतना ही
पड़ेगा,
तो कहा था.
हमने तो सहा,
Yes.
तुम क्यों नहीं सह सकती?
एग्जैक्टली तो वो सब चीजें क्या होती है कि अगर आप अवेकनिंग के पाथ पे चले जाते हो then you cannot tolerate it.
I can't tolerate some things and I have to say that.
You have to
know?
say no for that.
Yeah.
So सहन शक्ति क्यों लेकर आनी है? हमें सहन नहीं करना है. We are meant to live life with love and abundance and compassion. हमें सहन नहीं करना है, ठीक है, हमें चुप नहीं रहना है, मगर हमको बहुत ज़्यादा किसी को गलत भी नहीं बोलना है. अगर आपको लगता है नहीं हो पा रहा है, बहुत टॉक्सिक हो रहा है, तो आप शांत हो जाइए कुछ टाइम के लिए. जस्ट लीव इट, लेट इट लाई देयर, लेट गॉड टेक ओवर.
Yeah. Goddess take
Yes,
over.
let goddess take over. She will always guide us.
Yes. And that is why there are many forms of goddess are represented. You
हाँ
know?
वो सब फ्रीक्वेंसीज हैं.
Yeah.
मदर गॉडेस डिवाइन तो देयर इज वन. हम जो जैसे हम शिव को मानते हैं आवर फादर, वैसे शक्ति इज आवर मदर. एंड उनमें से ही हम निकले तो हमारे अंदर उनकी डिवाइन एनर्जीज तो हैं ही, बट हम इस फिजिकल रियल्म पे आके भूल जाते हैं. हम भूल जाते हैं, फिर हमको वो रिमेंबर करना है. जब हम रिमेंबर कर लेते हैं तो लाइफ इतनी ईजी और इतनी पीसफुल, इतनी ब्लिसफुल हो जाती है.
Yeah.
तो फिर ऐसा नहीं होता कि आप डिटैच हो जाओगे लाइफ से. डिटैचमेंट में भी मज़ा आने लगता है क्योंकि आपको पूरा खेल दिख रहा होता है ना. यू कैन सी द एंटायर प्ले हैपनिंग, सो यू नो कि पेन में भी उतना ही मज़ा है जितना कोई चीज़ बहुत अच्छी अपॉर्चुनिटी मिल गई है उसमें भी उतना ही मज़ा है. सो यू एक्सपीरियंस लाइफ इन फुलनेस.
And you do not suffer in that pain.
या
है ना?
यू विल नॉट सफ़र बिकॉज सफरिंग एक लोअर वाइब्रेशनल थॉट प्रोसेस से आती है. जब आप गॉड से कनेक्टेड होते हो, जब आप हायर स्पिरिचुअलिटी और एक रियल्म से कनेक्टेड होते हो, अपने गाइड से कनेक्टेड होते हो, तो आपको पता है कि क्या चल रहा है. दी एंटायर जर्नी इज सो ब्यूटिफुली एंड डीपली गाइडेड. तो आपको किसी चीज़ का पेन ही नहीं होता. तो पेन नहीं है तो सफरिंग भी नहीं है.
Yes. As we have come to the end of the session, let's thank Mother Goddess for this beautiful
absolutely.
conversation.
This
that
was
has
such a beautiful space that Tamanna and I created together, and there were so many channeled and divinely guided messages for both of us and all the women out there. And I hope this show really helps you in some way, and this message reaches you at the right time. Thank you so much, Goddess. Thank you, Tamanna.
So,